So what happens when you take Bleach and combine it with Candy Crush? Well, you get Bleach Soul Puzzle. So Bleach Soul Puzzle officially released today, and it's a free-to-play mobile game available on both Android and also iOS. It's a very simple and very easy to get into match-3 puzzle game with honestly a lot of charm. This of course depends from person to person, but what I really like about this game and one of the main selling points for this game was the overall design of these 1000-year Blood War characters. And it really depends from person to person whether you like this chibi 1000-year Blood War Bleach style. But to me, as someone that is an avid Bleach fan, these designs are actually very familiar because you can see them being sold in Japan as official merchandise. So it seems like K-Lab, the creator of Bleach Brave Souls, wanted to use these acrylic blocks that you can buy in real life and turn that whole collecting process into a game. And that's exactly what this game is. It's a match-3 puzzle game that appears simple at first glance, and maybe to be fair, it kind of is. But as you progress through these puzzles, they do increasingly get more complicated, yet never feels impossible. And of course, with any match-3 puzzle game, you will occasionally get RNG that just make a puzzle feel impossible to beat. But the game itself does give you a lot of tools at your disposal that makes challenging these puzzles actually really fun and weirdly addicting. The way a standard puzzle will play out is that your level is displayed in the top left. Below that, you will have your turn counter. This is how many moves you do have left before the puzzle itself fails. And then you'll also have 2 or 1 targets. Your goal for any puzzle is to complete that target, and the main way to actually do that is by combining pieces of the same color. If you combine 3, it's a match. Combining 4, however, or depending on the shape of the combination, will give you different types of power-ups. The first power-up is from Ichigo, who will get to Katencho his way across the field in a horizontal line. Oru will shoot his Quincy arrow in a vertical line. Orihime will reject the pieces next to her and then also specifically target one piece. And then Chad will just punch the map, with a massive AoE taking out a lot of different pieces. And those are the simple power-ups. If you are lucky enough and you get the same power-up next to each other, you actually can combine those to make an even stronger effect. Or at the same time, you can combine 2 power-ups and get a really cool tag team attack. This means there's a lot of different ways to tackle each puzzle, but there's also a special power-up which you can get if you're lucky and combine 5 different pieces of the same color. Upon doing that, you get a Kogoku. The design itself might be familiar for those Brave Souls players, and this will let you destroy any piece on the board depending on the one you switch it with. Or if you're really lucky, if you get 2 of these power-ups next to each other, you can get a map-wide AoE with a really cool effect. Alongside these power-ups, we also do have items that you can purchase using coins. Each power-up is different and is represented by a Zanpakuto ability. Soifon Susan Mibachi will clear any tile that you select. Senbon Sakura will clear pieces of the row you choose. Hyori Maru will destroy pieces in a column. And Sakanade will allow you to swap the pieces in adjacent places. And using all these power-ups, abilities, and even strategies, that is how you're going to tackle each and every puzzle. Like I mentioned, the puzzles themselves can get increasingly complex, because as you do play out through the quest, they will introduce different mechanics. Like, for example, Orahime's breads, Tenjiro's water, Kon pancakes, and even Nanao's Hakudan Kopeki. And I don't plan to go into any detail on how you interact with all these special pieces. The game itself does teach you well enough when you first come against them, but since we've gotten the core gameplay out of the way, now let's talk about the gameplay loop. So what you're seeing right now is the home screen for Bleach Soul Puzzle. In the bottom right, it will be the puzzle that you are currently on. Clicking that button will take you straight to the puzzle. Upon completing any puzzle, you'll get 2 items. The first is gold, which is the main game currency, and you'll use this gold to either buy power-ups or to revive if you ever do fail a particular puzzle. The second item that you do receive are fragments, and you'll use these fragments to unlock pieces for the room you are currently on. Once you complete a room, you'll get even more special items, and then you start a new room. There is a gallery button so you can see all the rooms that you have completed in the past. They look pretty cool for what they actually are, and it kind of gives you a sense of completion. Like I mentioned, these acrylic characters and items are stuff you can buy in real life, but as someone that isn't in Japan, I can't do that, and this is basically my way of doing it in a virtual format. It looks like there are a variety of different rooms as you progress through the game, all of course from iconic moments in 1000-year Blood War, and there are even special events, one going on right now which consists of Kyogre, Aion, Tres Bestia, and Ichigo's fight. As expected with any collection game, there is also a dedicated collection button where you can see all the characters you have collected along the way, or I guess in this case they call them Soul Crystals. It does appear certain characters will have different variations, and Ichigo is probably expected to have a lot. Since this is a first impression / day one review, I also do feel like it is important to talk about the monetization in this game, because it is a free-to-play mobile game. These games in nature can be quite exploitative, and for the sake of transparency, I will be honest, I have spent money on this game, around 10 or so pounds, but at no point in time did I feel like I had to spend money. I more so just wanted to. So if you are someone that wants to enjoy this game for what it is as a free-to-play, you can very easily do that. Of course, those that do choose to spend money, you can get some benefits. You can buy gold, which will therefore allow you to refill your stamina, which in this case is called hearts. You can spend gold to get power-ups. But throughout my many hours on this game throughout the entire day, honestly, none of that felt very necessary. The stamina system in particular, a system that is designed to stop you from playing the game at certain points, honestly didn't even feel that bad. I was playing for multiple hours at certain points, and very rarely did I actually run out of hearts. In fact, at certain points in time, I was forced to continue playing the game because during certain events, you are actually able to get infinite hearts for a limited time. Like, for example, in the current event pass, which mind you will cost around 9 or so pounds, there is a free section that gives you infinite stamina for a duration of time. There's even a Mayuri event going on right now, where if you do complete a puzzle using Zangetsu, you can get free items. My current next free reward is going to be 30 minutes of free hearts. When you do get that active, that is the time to play the game, and that will allow you to go in and out of puzzles super quick, without ever needing to spend any hearts / stamina. So overall, I feel like the game's actually really fun. I'm not a veteran when it comes to these Candy Crush type games, so I really can't say for certain what this game does bad or good, or even, to be fair, what the game does uniquely. I would like to say that it was actually a very pleasant surprise on how the power-ups do actually work, and it really does feel cool when you combine pieces, because you actually get some unique voice lines. Watching the pieces destroy every time you use a power-up is actually really satisfying, and completing a quest, in a way, is quite addictive, I will be honest. The game itself is exactly what it's supposed to be. It's a Bleach Candy Crush game, and if you're expecting anything more than that, this game probably isn't for you. But if you are like me, a Bleach fan that can get some enjoyment out of a Candy Crush type game, then this game can be a whole lot of fun. I feel like I can recommend it very easily, especially the free-to-play nature. I don't think at any point in time are you going to be forced to spend money. The only problem I can see with this game is maybe how addictive it actually can be. Either way, that's the video for today, going over my first impressions on Bleach Soul Puzzle. Quite the enjoyable game, I will be honest. I definitely plan to make more videos on this game in the forthcoming future when I break certain milestones like stage 100, for example, and maybe cover some potential news that we do have with this particular title. I overall think it's quite a refreshing side small game, if that kind of makes sense. Remember, we currently have access to Brave Souls right now, which definitely keeps me occupied. And then we also have the potential upcoming Bleach Soul Resident and even Bleach Rebirth of Souls sometime in 2025. So we have a lot to access to as Bleach fans. And if this game isn't your cup of tea, that's perfectly fine, because the other games sure will. I've been enjoying this game a lot. In the comments below, let me know how you lads feel about this game. And if you are currently playing, let me know what puzzle you're currently on. I'm curious to know, and I'll see you lads next time. Take care, and peace.